Hello, everyone. My name is Braylee, and welcome back to the Twilight Road, where we advocate, learn, and protect our soul health through exploring aesthetics, symbolism, and energy. Okay, I have a timer to my left, and I have my journal to my right. So when you see me looking to and fro, that's what it is. Okay. We're a little bit rough, but we're going. Period. Okay? To be clear, my content is for artistic, educational, and entertainment purposes only. We as individuals are responsible for our own health, safety, and privacy. Please do not take what I say in place of the consultations of your consultants, advisors, physicians, and most importantly, yourself. My intention with this platform and this channel is to create a safe space for us to heal, express, and liberate ourselves through connecting, communicating, and cultivating our inner world. Okay? Now that, now that we got that out of the way, hello, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, spaced out for a second. Listen, I'm gonna just be real, okay? I have my structures, I have my things organized, and might be a little bit rough, a little bit jagged, a little bit rugged, but we're gonna get through it regardless because I'm very excited and I'm very passionate about what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are passionate and excited about what you're doing today. Period. Okay? And speaking of what we're doing today and what I'm doing, we're going to talk briefly about our inner world. Okay? Just checking my timer because Miss Girl turned off. Okay. We're going to talk about our inner world. And the way I want to do this is by bringing up what I heard in the day of thinking of this concept, or when it came to me, more accurately put. And what I heard was take care of your home, both inside and out. And as simple as that phrase may be, it's a pretty hefty message. It carries a lot of weight to it. And to me, obviously, I'm going to be speaking through my own experiences, my own feelings, my own thoughts, beliefs, etc., etc. Our inner world is our true home. It's our rawest home. It's where our soul resides, and we ultimately reside within our souls. And taking care of your home, taking care of your soul, taking care of your inner world, I would say is the most critical, the most important, and the most valuable task that we are given and that we can undertake as a choice. We all have the liberty to make our own choices. Taking up the choice to take care of our souls and our inner world is fundamental in existing as a living, breathing, conscious organism as human beings. And I'm so passionate about exploring this and sharing what I've learned through my own experiences because of my own experiences. This is something I've cultivated and tried to connect with, and not only have I tried, I've succeeded, I would say, in connecting and cultivating and connecting and communicating with my own inner world as since forever, to be honest, something I've done since I was a kid before I even had an understanding and a grasp of what it was exactly that drove my curiosity, that drove my interests, and put me on the path towards myself. Yeah. And so, going back to what I said, taking care of your home internally, inside, just as you would take care of your home outside. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this saying as well, but your external environment is very much a reflection of your internal environment, and that's a great visual, I would say, for painting what I'm trying to explain. I'm a very visual person myself, so having things that help me visualize and imagine what it is that I'm hearing is of great value to me. And so, to be pretty blunt, would you let someone into your home that you don't feel comfortable around? Would you let someone into your home that you feel like doesn't have the greatest intentions for you? Would you let someone into your home that you don't completely put your love and your faith and your life into? If you answered no to all of these questions, and I would hope you did, why would you do the same thing with your soul? If you don't feel like someone has the best intentions for you, why would you let them into your life? At least your personal inner life, your inner world. If you don't feel like someone really cares about you, or if someone seems a little bit suspicious or a little bit shady, or if they just flat out rub you the wrong way, or if you don't like them, whatever the case is, the case being, treating yourself as your home and being mindful, being aware, and being conscious of what it is exactly that you let into your home, be it people, be it um, energies, be it foods, etc. Like, it's really everything, anything that you receive, everything that you digest, because you don't just digest your food, you digest the media that you see on a day-to-day basis. When y'all are scrolling through y'all TikToks and y'all Instagrams and whatever, what is on your feed? What are you constantly seeing? What are you constantly exposing? Ow, I'm okay. What are you constantly exposing yourself to? Exposing your soul, exposing your inner world, exposing your home to. You know what I'm saying? The music that you listen to, you know, these things influence you, these things affect you, and these things, they they almost become part of you. And that's why it's so important to be aware and to have the discipline and the discernment and the trust in yourself to be able to say, you know what? Actually, no, I don't want to listen to this sad ass song that reminds me of when so and so broke my heart, or when Juanita did me dirty, you know? Actually, no, I don't want to keep watching this show about people that take advantage of each other and constantly put each other down and say, okay, I was gonna curse, but let me be a little bit careful with that, at least for while I start this. Um, that people that sacrifice other people for the means of their own selfish and personal benefit. You know what I'm saying? Being able to spot and being able to cut away and integrate or even grow what it is exactly that you want, being conscious of what it is that you want and what you will allow into your inner world, into your home, into your soul, I really believe is what makes or breaks your existence. A lot of people go on their day to day without knowing that they're exposing themselves to certain elements. A lot of people go on their day to day not knowing that they've kind of set the path before them just through the means of what they've allowed to make their choices for them, you know? And it's something that everyone is exposed to, whether we like it or not, because that's just the state of the world that we're in right now. And not to get too much into that, but I'm gonna get into it real quick. The state of the world today, seriously, you know how I said that the whole purpose of this is to, I know it, but we're gonna read it. The whole purpose of this is to advocate, protect, and learn about our soul health. I'm gonna say that again just because I didn't like how I said that. The whole purpose of what I'm doing right now is to advocate, to protect, and to learn about our soul health. The way that our society is programmed and the way that our shared reality is cultivated, I really do believe, and I'll be as bold as to say that I know it's purposely painted so that we are strayed away from the path of ourselves. We are purposely made to get distracted by things that don't serve any real benefit to us besides keeping us trapped in things that don't contribute to our growth, to our expansion, to our benevolence, and to our greater purpose as human beings and taking care of each other and taking care of our world. You know, it's really sick and it's really sadistic, I would say. A lot of the influences and a lot of the powers at play that really get fat and really get stuffed through us not knowing ourselves, from us not being aware of what it is exactly that we're calling in or magnetizing or growing or cultivating. You know, a lot of people benefit and a lot of energies benefit from you not knowing what benefits you, what's truly healthy for you. And that is one of the biggest reasons why we need to be able to be aware. One, two, three, four. We need to be able to be, excuse me, we need to be able to have the awareness, the discipline, and the discernment to protect ourselves from things that would prey upon the fact that we aren't connecting with ourselves or that we're in weaker states. Being alive and living life is just a cycle after a cycle after a cycle, but how we operate and how we move through those cycles is really beautiful and a blessing. And it's horrible that the certain powers and the certain authorities that are in positions of power, because real quick, I've never been one to look at people through their status. I don't care what people's status is or who they claim to be or what positions they're in. I don't give a I don't care. I focus on people's essence, on people's souls, on how they operate and their character. And so a lot of people in these positions, I would say, are just soulless, soulless husks and pieces of hot dog doo-doo. They are, because to be quite frank, they really have thrown me, have thrown you, have thrown your cousins, your titi, your grandma. They've thrown all of us under the bus because of how greedy they are and how much they don't care about anyone but themselves and what they can gain from us. And I don't know about you, pero I'm not really messing with that. I don't really like how that's turning the world into a living Hell, just because, like I said earlier, I don't know about the cursing yet. I don't know what words. I'm gonna look into that, pero they make it unbearable to live life. Like, a lot of people are not living life right now, literally just surviving, and it's terrible. That should not be the case, especially in today's age, in today's time. Girl, I just got bombarded. Pero exactly what I said. I don't think people should be surviving, at least just surviving. I don't think people should just be scraping to get the bare minimums just to make do, not only just for themselves, but for their families. Like, no, that's no. But rounding back to the what I was talking about, because I'm already what 15 minutes in. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. Being able to see, being able to feel, being able to hear, to know, to smell, to taste what it is exactly that we're allowing into our homes, be it our physical homes, our mental homes, our emotional homes, our financial homes, pero just our homes, period. And obviously, especially our homes inside of ourselves, our inner worlds, our soul home. I would say it's really, I don't want to say, well, will I say? The last frontier. That sounds kind of dramatic, but I want to be dramatic now because our soul is really the most valuable part about us, about being living, breathing human beings, and being living, breathing, period, because everyone that is living and breathing has a soul. Now, whether they keep their souls is a whole different discussion for a whole different video. Because, like I was saying earlier about these people that just threw us under the bus and don't give a fuck, that don't care about us, you know, that's a whole different thing. But we need to be able to protect ourselves, to learn about ourselves, and to advocate for each other through advocating, protecting, and learning about ourselves. And obviously, so that we can, which is the biggest purpose and the biggest reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, is so that we can liberate, express, and heal ourselves. Period. Okay. Referring back to my journal now, so I can wrap this up. Okay. All right. So I know I went off on a little tangent, but I had some points there. Uh, Regardless, thank you so much for being here. I'm very grateful that you took time out of your existence to come join mine for a bit. And definitely, please feel free to share how this resonated with you. And I encourage you to reach out to me at thetwilightroad@gmail.com if you have any questions, any inquiries. If you have any inquiries, um, if you have a personal story you'd like to share, or if you'd like to set up a one-on-one session where we can explore the symbols, the aesthetics, and the energies that are connected to your soul, to your inner world, to your being, because that's really the meat and potatoes for me, and what it really drives my curiosity and my interest and my passion, learning about things like that and being able to see and bring the intangible into the tangible, to bring what we see inside of ourselves in our inner worlds into our external worlds. And it's pretty fun, pretty interesting, definitely something that if you want to dive into with a lighthearted disposition, you can definitely do that. If you're somewhat curious, but you're not really sure exactly how you feel about it, you can still take that middle approach. Or if this is something that maybe you're interested in yourself, if this is something that you've researched, or something that you really are committed and excited to fully deep dive into, maybe set it up. Let's go. Um, Again, you can find me at thetwilightroad@gmail.com. However, that is all for now, folks. Remember to come from love, for love, and with love. And I'll see y'all the next time on the Twilight Road. Love you.